What's going on, guys? So today on this SHOKY Reviews, we're looking at another model kit that I managed to build in the last little bit. So I told you I was still building stuff. And it is the Bandai Spirits Figurized Standard Amplified Digimon Metal Garurumon. And you have an epic box art here. Lightning going on. You've got a Metal Garurumon who's looking way beefier and way more armored. And potentially more, like, technological, if I had to say that, than his normal counterpart. Now, ultimately, I don't know if it's just a thing they did for the model kits, or if the amplified thing happened in, like, the newer series with Digimon Tri, or whatever the new redo version of it. I have no idea. So, either way, I did War Greymon quite some time ago, several years ago, and I had this kit in the backlog for a long time, and I did intend to build it. So here we are. And like I said, box art looking good. Bandai logo down there, Toei logo up there. Bandai Spirits 2020, made in Japan. Looking pretty good. So we come down to the bottom of the box. Good lord, we have a lot going on here. Alright, so we have a whole bunch of binary, which is interesting, but also some English, which is good. Effect parts consisting of clear materials can be attached to the back arms to recreate unfolded state of wing beams. I guess that's true. So, there you go. You got him on the thing doing there. A gimmick unique to this kit has been implemented where the back arms can be removed and equipped to mount as a blade. I like how they're calling them back arms instead of just wings. They're clearly wings, not back arms. But you got a whole bunch of different poses for him here. And yes, that is a very cool thing there. And of course, you've got this. Let's see here. The shoulder blocks articulate in conjunction with the movement of the neck to recreate natural quadrupedal poses. Nimble beast-like movements can be pursued through articulation. That's a nice way to put it. I do like just all the simple poses there, except for the from behind shot there. Come around to this side, and you do have, actually it is Digimon Adventure, so perhaps. You have a repeat of the box art there, Metal Garurumon, big old letters, figurized standard with the little red eyes, and, Bandai logo there. And last, we do have Metal Garurumon, featured in Digimon Adventure TV anime series, Warp Digivolution achieved by Gabumon, partner Digimon and one of the protagonists, Yamato and/or Matt. The steel wolf with a sharp cyborg-like frame filled with armaments has been redesigned under amplified concept, so I guess it's just a thing. Alright, and let's see here. 7 colored runners enable beautiful recreation simply through assembly. This is true. And let's see here. Front view. Pretty cool. Rear view. Yes, okay. Figure out standard amplified. Here we go. A series which amplifies features of a character while paying respect to the original designs, combines playability unique to plastic model kits. Okay, so it's just a figurized thing, has nothing to do with the actual Digimon series. Got it. I feel like I didn't read that originally on the War Greymon box. So we have read the instruction manual. Hey, don't tell me how to live my life box. Plastic models age 15 and up. Hey, I'm right in the middle of that. You do have the little guy with the toilet right there. Looks pretty good. You got PSPE. Yay. So, that's styrene and polyethylene. So, good things there. Other warnings and such. No glue required. True. Illustration is by Asmaria. It's a name I'm not familiar with. So, hey, coolness. I wanted to very carefully flip the box because we have a big old Metal Garurumon, but he's upside down. It is what it is, right? Right. All right. Well, let's get after it. All right. Now we got him out here on the turntable, looking really good. Let's go ahead and hit the button, and we'll talk about the build. All right. So, being a very long time since I did even the War Greymon, this one was a bit different. And of course, just getting back into building for the first time in a few months, I wanted something that was going to be different, not Gundam related, and this really fit the bill. I like the color separation. I did paint quite a bit on it. All of the gold is painted with Tamiya spray can gold. The red is all painted except for the translucent. Translucent is just translucent. And it is, in fact, Tamiya Italian red painted over the gold. Otherwise, you would be using stickers for things such as these down here, or almost any of the red stripes kind of on the body, or like the energy flow looking thing. And also I painted the blue stripes on the back, which under these intense lights you can kind of see through. There is stickers for that. I just really wanted to get back in the actual ability to build, not just throwing stickers on it. And yeah, I will say, because I didn't really clearance anything, I might have lost some articulation just due to the fact of the paint in the joints. So like the front torso articulation, the neck area, may be a little bit limited. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. So, coming in close here on Rudolph's face. I mean, seriously though, they give you that big old honking nose there. Let me brighten this up just a little. There we go. Ah. So translucent nose. I find that to be really silly. I just didn't paint it. Also, area of stickers would have been these kind of whisker areas right here on the nose. That's just some I think it was German gray, and then the Italian red for dots. You get stickers for that too. The only couple stickers I really used were for the eyes, because I wasn't about to try to paint something like that. And the 01, which I threw on just at the end. And then you have like the red tears coming down here. It looks really good. I added a little bit of gray just on a spot here and on the ears. Same thing on the other side, just to kind of break it up a little bit. And it does look good. What I really was proud of is the red inside the jaw joint right there. Speaking of the jaws, so let's see here. The head is on a ball joint here, and then the neck itself has a swivel, and then up and down. The swivel is scary, because I forgot it could do that, because of the paint buildup once again. And you can open the mouth. However, well, that happened. The jaws came unplugged. The weird thing is that you kind of have to have the head pointed down a bit, and then you open upward. Like, it's kind of strange, and I don't want to accidentally move something. So the ball joint is actually coming up at an angle and into the base of the head. So he should be able to open his mouth more than that, but I'm kind of stuck. I think he can, but I'm not going to push it. He does have the molded pink tongue, which does look cool. He does have all teeth in there. They're not sharp, so don't worry about that too much. Unless you got a little kid who may or may not like do something dumb. Also, watch out for the ears and the neck frills. They will get caught on things, so just be wary of that. And yeah, these are technically his ears. And also be careful, because those are just sort of stuck in. The neck down here, like I said, does have the hinge that goes into the base, and then you do have the swivel back and forth. I'm sure I'll knock off some paint somewhere in there. And let's come down to the chest section here, and you do have his kind of symbol there. And I actually forgot to put the translucent bit on at first. You could technically leave it off. You just have a couple holes in there. Now, when it comes to the torso, you do have some of that movement they were talking about, like that. It does look cool. And then even these sections here have a little bit of movement to them. I would be careful with that, because I'm not sure how much of that is meant to move. This does not twist, so be careful with that. You do get the shoulder joint. Also watch out for spikies. And this is where I did not clearance things proper, and that is a super, super tight joint there. And I think you do get some up and down. Yeah, you get a little bit of up and down movement there, just in the shoulder actuation. Now, if you come over here, when I painted it, I didn't realize these plugs were going in here, so I did fully paint the ring on the inside there. Otherwise, you have a sticker that would just stick to the outside. And I think I could technically get that in a little bit deeper if I push it harder. You can see a little bit more of the red paint coming out. Speaking of the red paint, you can see it there in the leg. Same thing here. I painted the joint gray just because it needed a little bit of breakup. And he does have a single jointed elbow, for lack of a better term. You do have the gray pieces coming out through here. And by the way, there are stickers for any of these bits. So this part, those are also stickers. Same thing for across here on the ankle guard. That's all meant to be a sticker. It's not my best job. I did hand paint it. But I guess it is what it is. Same thing in here, these little spots. And then the actual ankle does have a lot of articulation. So you can bring that all the way down. You can even move the ankle guard. I got some crud right there. I'll have to get it out very carefully. So that's a very basic ankle joint for them. And then there's a little bit of a joint with a polycap here. And then the toes themselves can rock down like that. These are molded. You don't have to paint those. And then you have thrusters under the feet, which work pretty good. And yeah, you can kind of get them in some more kind of aggressive stances, like something like that with that front leg way out. Looks pretty good. And then once again, coming down here, you do have these parts here. They're little gray hoses. Those you don't have to paint. They are just separate plastic. I kind of feel like I should have used the stickers, but I mean, realistically, it's on the back. Who cares? And then you do get up and down motion here, and then ball joint hip action. So you can get swivel there, but not up here. So please be careful. Don't try to twist that torso. And this is a bit pointy on the armor back here, so be careful. I like the kind of vents going on here, and then the pink kind of vents here. And you get a little bit more going on down here. And then you have a bunch of red jewels on the front of his hips / thighs. And then I don't know what they were thinking when it came to that whole section. Yeah, about that. All right, and the hips do function, and it can go up and down, along with the ball joint actually that plugs into there. Once again, paint on the inside. And by the way, I was so thorough because I didn't know, because the parts are kind of universal. And I don't tell you, I did do the inside. Might as well, right? And then back here, painted on the inside of here. And then I actually got some bleed over. What's going on here? Strange. Oh, that's a translucent red piece that sticks through. That's right. Okay, so this would also be a sticker. Or I might as well point at this one. That would be a sticker. I painted it as well. Same thing on the foot. Did the same process for all of that stuff where it was gold and then painted red over, because most red is translucent. If you come to the back of the legs, you got these big old red translucent spikies that are coming up. Just be careful, because this whole section down in here is all translucent. It looks pretty effective, not gonna lie. And then the back foot has the same articulation as front feet, essentially, but without the toe bend, and you do get the little paw molding in there, which is kind of cool. Come all the way to the back, you do have a tail, which is on a hinge there, and then a double ball joint here, so you can make a little bit of articulation out of it, and then hand painted the red there. This is one reason why I use red over gold, because it looks fantastic. Now, when it comes to his back arms, as they keep calling them, not his wings, because, you know, why would we ever call them wings? I guess technically he does fly, now that I think about it, in the series. Originally. Pretty sure he flies. Don't think I'm too crazy about that. Alright. So, the back arms, as they're known at this point, do have the cool missile pods here. Those were just molded in the same color as the feet, and painted them silver leaf just because I wanted to. And you do have a swivel joint here. You have a swivel joint here for the missile pods, and the wings themselves, sorry, arms, do have a rotation joint there. But if you're like me and you painted that, I would be super cautious about utilizing that. Now, the other thing is, you do get the cool translucent bits for the thrusters of the wings, as it is, or wing blades as they are, because in the normal one it's just like a little blade that comes out, but these look like energy thrusters or something. What is touching my head? Oh, my microphone. I was leaning up a little too far. I hit the microphone with my head. And now you have GARURUMON, Metal GARURUMON, with the ridiculous set of wings. And then I guess if you open the mouth like that. And because these are on a little bit of a joint, I'm very scared that these are going to snap like right here. So I'm just trying to be super cautious. But that does look super, super cool. Now, I do want to try the blade thing, although I am wary, because they give you this. So this little guy will plug into, I believe, the roof of his mouth. Yeah, he's got a hole in the roof of his mouth, and you can, well, if his mouth would open enough, you can plug it in there. Once again, for some reason, I think mine is stuck. I'm worried that if I put that in there, I ain't gonna get it back out. So if I could do that, really get the mouth open. Okay, that's a bit more. And this would plug in like so. And you can technically take both wings and put them in his mouth. I want to do this very carefully, just because I want to minimize the paint damage and or potentiality of breakage because of the reason here. So you have to pull it out. I'm only going to do this with one of them. There we go. And I did scrape that just a little bit. And you can, I think you're meant to remove the missile pod for this purpose. Did also clearance that ever so slightly. And take this out. Well, I've never done this. Very scared. Mostly because like his tooth is like right in the way there. Give me the bone. Thank you. Okay, so now we'll put it in the mouth. Maybe it'll work out easier if I do it this way. Yeah, that did. Okay. So there you go. He can do that. The only thing I wish is that he had a bit more side-to-side movement in his head. He can't really look sideways. Not really. Also, how would he rip off his own wing for that? You know? It's a pretty cool maneuver, not gonna lie. But I don't know what you're meant to do with the missile pod otherwise. I mean, and I guess in theory you can leave the missile pod attached. If one is so inclined. Why not? You know? It's like rip off the wings of a butterfly. Alright, so that's cool. We'll leave it like this because we have one more big accessory for him. And something that you don't get in a lot of kits nowadays, a stand. And by the way, I'm saying that as somebody who hasn't built a whole lot of model kits lately. So this is one of those basic, like, Type 4, Type 5 stands that you get. I don't remember exactly which one it is. Molded, obviously, in the basic color, and then translucent for this part. And it has the connector bit if you're going to hook it up to other stands. And it comes with a cool translucent harness, for lack of a better term, to put them on the stand. So you want to come down here and yoink him apart at the hips. I was trying to pull him apart at the torso, and that was a mistake on my part. And I could see this easily getting weaker and weaker over time as you do it. And you hook it around the ball joint as such. Cram it back together. And make sure you got everybody lined up proper. And now you can set him on the stand. Now I just have it set in a cool, like, upward pose like this. But you can, like, really mess with the feet and the claws, the dog claws. Like that. You know, really figure out how you want it to go. And like I said, these joints are super tight. That's what I get for painting. Inside the fucking joint itself. Now, that's really freaking cool in its own right. Like that is really freaking cool. I'm gonna come up a little bit here. That is actually pretty dang awesome. Now, I'm sure there's people out there who probably want to know if he could do like an upright version. Basically be like a metalware GARURUMON, as it were. And I think if you're creative, you could probably manage that. Though his head, like we've mentioned before, isn't exactly going to look down and forward. But essentially he'd have arms. You know. So there's something that could be done like that, I guess. That's still pretty cool. Alright, so let's bring in his other warp Warp Digivolve friend. The only other one who can Warp Digivolve from the original series. With GARURUMON. Not GARURUMON. Greymon. That would actually be cool. GARURUMON. Just make that in there. Metal Greymon. Which I think actually is a thing. The biggest problem with him is his feet are very loose. And he's hefty. Like, he wants to do the splits. And it was always kind of a thing, is that the joints are a little soft in him. And yeah. He's hefty up top with stubby legs and weak ankles. But you can see the obvious massive size difference between these two. Yeah, these legs are gone. I don't know if they were always super loose, or maybe it's just the fact that I'm on a glass surface. I need to put him on a stand if I'm going to keep him going too. Let's see here. Put the arm down. Just so it's not absurd. Yeah, see, look, he's just standing there sinking under his own weight. I really need to get some of that stuff that helps action figures and stuff with the joints. The Kiwis stuff. So either way, there's our two amplified, early amplified Digimon, I should say, because they have more of them coming. Like DIGIMON and stuff like that. So, and I don't know. My problem now is I have so much collection, and I don't know what I want to keep. But these two are a very cool set. And I do want to get the normal figurized standard version, the non-amplified ones, because they're simpler kits. Plus, it'd be cool to have them because they're smaller. It'll look like, yeah, these are the jacked versions, you know. And also the fact I didn't do him in gold, but I did gold to this guy. Just makes a bit of a difference. You know, but I did do the same kind of red trick, except the red on him here was done over white. And I just hand-painted all the red bits on that. I'm going to fix this because I kind of want this wing back now. Give it. Let it go. Thank you. The biggest problem is you're going to paint it. Make sure you really clear coat it, because there are so many spiny, pointy bits on this, and so many things that aren't really fit for clearance sake, because they probably didn't expect you to paint it. So just keep that in mind. Also, while not super sharp, these are very pointy missiles. Be warned about that. Let's go ahead and put the wing part back on here. And yes, you can like fold it up, like, because like whenever he was like shooting, he like would bring his wings way up, and then I guess you can technically like pivot those just a little bit, however you want. Like give it a little bit more swept back look for the jet. Like, kind of have him like clawing at you. Yeah. He's pissed off. He's pissed off, little Rudolph. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Digiwolf. So either way, it's a cool kit. It really is. Just clearance it better than I did if you're going to paint stuff. It's also kind of like War Greymon's shoulders over here, which are the most absurd, pointy things that give you no room to do anything else. But that's going to be it for this review, guys. I know it took a minute, but it is what it is. I'm getting back to building. I'm doing a lot of other stuff. I have a custom Nerf gun that I'm working on. If you saw the in the kitchen video, you would know that. So either way, you know I got projects coming up. And of course, here in a little bit, I will have an announcement that I will need you guys to potentially participate in. So, but I will see you next time. Remember, as always, keep on building.